Hi, this is Patricia, and welcome to Charting in PowerPoint. This is lesson 1. And the first thing we want to do is you want to open your PowerPoint and you want to create a new presentation with a brand new slide. You can choose any design you want. I've got some designs open here. You can just pick one or just use a blank slide, whatever appeals to you, whatever you want to do. And so the very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to actually go and we're going to insert a new slide, and we're going to choose the comparison slide. Now we have two boxes here. The first one over here is where we're going to put our chart. And so if we come up to the menu at the top, we're in the Insert tab. You want to choose Chart, and then Column, and then you're going to choose Clustered Column, which is this very first one. It's going to take a minute because it's going to launch Excel, which we don't need. So there we go. So we're waiting now for our chart, and there we go. We have our chart in our slide. And so we want to look at how to get in and out of the chart. And in this lesson, we're going to cover that, on how to get in and out of the chart to work on it. And we're going to cover a little bit about presets. We're going to kind of do that all the way through all 4 videos. And we're going to cover mostly today the formatting menu and the elements of the chart. And so now we have our chart. So the first thing we want to do is, how do we edit the chart? If you go just to the right of the chart title and just click one time, a menu comes up at the top. And if you go back into the chart, click again, a menu comes up on the right. This is a preset menu, which we're going to talk about later. We're going to focus primarily first on this menu and on the chart elements, the parts of the chart. So let's click back out to the side. There we go. We're out of the chart. You notice that menu disappears and this one kind of goes dark. And so that part of the chart on the outside where we clicked into is called the chart area. If you look over here to the top right, it's also known as, it's the background of the chart. And initially it's transparent, which means we can see through it. So what we're actually seeing is the chart behind, the colors of the chart behind it. And so now the next part of the chart is the plot area. And the plot area is this little box in the center, and it contains the columns and the grid lines. And the columns are our categories. And the series, which are the colors of the charts, which are identified, is the legend of the chart. And so this is where all the important stuff is, right here in the plot area. And so now if we'll click out again, we can look in and we can see, we can change all those elements. And we have our columns. So when we click on those, it says Format Data Series. And that's how we can change the colors and the style of our columns. And so the first thing we're going to do is let's do our background. So we click in one time, and we're going to go to the little paint can, and we're going to click on Solid Fill first, and you see it turns it black because that's the default color. So let's go in and choose another color. Let's go with this sort of dark kind of blue. And so I've changed the color. We can do a gradient, which gives us presets, which we will be talking about very soon. We can do picture or texture fill, which is very ugly. I don't like that at all. We can do pattern fill, which is kind of neat. It has different angles, hatch marks and squares and, you know, checks and things that you can choose to look at, to have in your charts. But let's go back to the solid fill. We're going to start with that. So now we want to click into our plot area, which is here. So we want to click in between that first couple of lines there, and our plot area will come up. And as you can see, it has the same options that the chart area or the background had. So we can do the same exact things inside the plot area that we did on the outside. We can choose solid fill. We can choose gradient fill. We can choose that funky picture or the pattern. And so we're going to go to gradient. I'm going to go with gradient on that. I kind of like that. So the next part is going to be our grid lines. And if you just click on one of the grid lines, it will come up. I'm not fond of grid lines. I understand their purpose, and they are so that we can kind of keep track of where our columns are on the number line here. But, I don't really like them, so I'm going to take them out by clicking No Line. And so now I've gotten rid of my lines. I'm going to click back out of the chart. And where I want to go to next is to format the data series. So I'm going to click on the very first column. And as you can see, it highlights all of the columns of the same color all the way across. So we're going to click on the paint can. And I'm going to go to Solid Fill. And I'll leave the black for that particular column. I like that. Go to the next column. Solid Fill. Only we don't want black for all of them. So we'll make this one a sort of a dark red. And then we'll come over here to the last column. Go to Solid Fill. And we don't want two red ones, so we'll make this one sort of, and let's go with purple. I like that. It's nice and bright. Okay, so now we have click out of the chart with your mouse. So now we have our lines. We've changed the background or the chart area. We have changed the plot area colors. We have removed our grid lines. And we have changed the colors of our columns. And so this is lesson 1. And so we've done these things. You can always go back and review this video again. It will be up on the website. Ask your teacher questions. And you can also ask questions at the website. And this is Patricia. And I really, really enjoy giving you this lesson. And I hope that you learned a little bit about PowerPoint. How did I do that?